Well, good morning, Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. Well, I know it seems like it's happened several times this year already. They've called them different things, but they're basically all still the same. The Roadcheck, Blitz, whatever you want to call it, for 2020 that was originally scheduled a few months ago, it's been rescheduled a couple of times, is on again, and it's approaching quickly. I meant to do a video about it last week and didn't get around to it, so I want to give you the details today, when it is, where it is, what they're going to be looking for, and how you can prepare for it. So stay with me. This is going to be a short video. All right, here we go. And we're back. Before we go any further, I want to tell you guys about what's coming up later this week. This is going to be kind of a rapid fire week. We're going to have a total of 3 videos, counting this one, which I said is really short. This one preempted the one that will be coming out tomorrow, and then the one tomorrow, we're going to talk about a few things regarding driver fatigue, but I'm going to put my own spin on it, and it's not going to be like all the other videos you've seen about driver fatigue. I think you guys will like it. Then on Friday, I've been at Roadrunner a little over a year now. It's time to do an annual review of Roadrunner, what my first 12 months was like, and what I think about the company as a whole. I would encourage everyone to watch that video. It's probably not going to go like you think it is. So everyone stay with me. Make sure that you've subscribed so that you get notified when I put that video out. Share these videos on your social media platforms and with your friends. It'll allow you to send it as a text message, and give me a thumbs up. What that does, that makes this video more accessible in the YouTube algorithms to others so they can see it. Leave me a comment below, or my email's down there if you want to email me. You can also there's a link there. You can apply for a job at Roadrunner Freight doing what I'm doing. It is lease purchase. I've got some videos talking about the money I make and things like that. I would encourage you to check that out too. Right below this video where it says Trucker Todd, you can click on that and see all my videos that I've done in the past. So let's talk about what's coming up in the subject of this video. Talking about Roadcheck 2020. It used to be annually. Now they're doing it a few times a year, it seems like. They will do what us older truck drivers call the Blitz. It's where they open the majority of the scales and they try to catch drivers in violation of various things. Recently, the most recent one that comes to mind to me is the one where they checked brakes. This one, they're going to be looking at driver requirements. Now this is a whole North America thing, so it's not just in the United States. If you're in Mexico or you're in Canada, you could still be affected by this as well. And this year, they're going to be looking at driver requirements. Now, in fairness, the last couple of inspections they've done have not been as intense or aggressive as ones of years past. I don't know if it's due to budget cuts or what, but you still want to make sure you have your ducks in a row. I'm going to go over what some of the things are they're going to be looking for, what the most common violations are that they find, and what you can do to avoid them. And so let's just be mindful of these things. Some of the things that would fall in this category would be driver's age. If you're an underage driver, some states will allow you to drive intrastate, which is inside the state, with a less than 21 driving age. But interstate, you have to be 21 as of now. Now, I've read some articles recently that they're talking about changing that. I've got my own opinions on that. I may do a video on that later. But for now, we're just going to go over what today's topic is. They're going to make sure your license is valid. You'd be surprised how many people get busted for that. That their license expired, they forgot to renew it. Your medical card, make sure that you have a current medical card. They did extend the deadline on that because of Corona, but I believe that deadline's fast approaching. if there's any way that you need that done and you can get that done, go ahead and get that done so that you're not in a roadside debate with a DOT officer. And then, of course, not having any alcohol in your truck. There's a misconception that, well, if it's in the trailer, it's okay, or if it's in the refrigerator, it's okay, as long as it's not an open container. That is incorrect. If it's in your trailer, you need to have a bill of lading for it. If it's in your truck, you're in trouble. There's not a situation where you can have alcohol in your truck and a DOT officer find it and you not be in trouble. So just be mindful of that, be careful of that. And if you're gonna drink, what in the world? If you're gonna drink, just get a hotel, take a couple of days off and drink, or go home and drink. Now, here's the top 10 driver-related offenses that they get people for. Number 1 is seatbelt. Folks, wear your seatbelt. It's not worth the ticket, and I know you get nagged about it all the time. They've got these little clips up here. I think you can see this yellow clip. You can clip it to where it's looser and it's not hanging on you, but wear your seatbelt. You'd be surprised, even in the current situation, what number 2 is. Even with the ELD, logbook violations, proper form and manner. Make sure you have your trip numbers in there. Make sure that it has all the boxes filled out about who your company is, what the home terminal is, what you're hauling. Since I do LTL, I put freight of all kinds. Number 3 is not having a medical card. Number 4 is not having a CDL. These are things that we all should have. I can see how you might miss it, but just take a few minutes today. This starts tomorrow, goes the 9th through the 11th. Make sure you got all your ducks in a row. Look in your permit book. Make sure your IFTA permit's up to date. Make sure you've got a current insurance card, that your registration's good, those type of things. It just takes a second, and it could save you a lot of headaches the next 3 days. False reports on your logbook. Since the dawn of logbooks, people have cheated on their logbooks, and they've made it a little bit harder to do nowadays, but people still find ways. Folks, log it like you drive it. I could do a whole video on how you logging legally might hurt you in the short term, but it helps all of us in the long term in the way of rates and things like that. So just, I'm not going to lecture you in this video, but just think about it. Number 8 is not having your duty status current. My ELD pretty much does that, but if your ELD's down, you're having to run paper logs, that might be something. Here's a big one, number 9. This gets a lot of people. Even if you're on electronic logs, you still have to carry at least 8 paper logs. I have 3 logbooks back there, 3 blank logbooks. Mainly so if I stop and somebody else needs one, I've got a spare to give. But yeah, you need to have at least 8 sheets, so if your log went down, you could run paper logs until you could get it repaired. They give you 8 days to do that. And number 10 on the list is the instruction sheet. Every person with an ELD should have an instruction sheet that tells the DOT officer how to operate your logbook. Now, at this point, all the DOT officers have seen your model of logbook, I'm sure, but it's just an easy way for them to write a ticket. I actually have a couple of those in here, so that if I misplace one, I've still got extras. I keep one in my permit book, and then there's a little drawer on this Volvo. I've got a second one in there, so that if I misplace one or something, I've got a backup. Now, here's some of the things they're going to be checking on the side of the road. And this video has gone a little longer than I expected it to. I am going to wrap it up pretty quickly. They're going to check your license. They're going to check your medical card. They're going to check your logbook. They're going to look for drugs and alcohol. They're going to look for signs that you're sick, and I bet this will be a big one, or fatigued. So if you look like you hadn't slept in a week, pull over and take a nap tonight, so that tomorrow when they're doing all of this, you're ready, you look rested. As far as illness with COVID going around, Some states, especially blue states, are going to be hypersensitive about this. If you've got a chronic cough or a fever or something like that, expect to be looked over very closely during this time. They're going to be making sure you're wearing your seat belts. They're going to make sure that you've had your vehicle inspected. They're going to make sure your DVIR is filled out, which is your daily vehicle inspection report. You're supposed to do one of those every day. They're going to look at your DOT number and all of that, make sure your operating authority and all of that's good. Vehicle registration, proof of insurance, fuel tax permits. They're going to look at your bill of ladings, any special permits. If you're an oversized load, if you're a hazmat load, they're going to be looking over that stuff, making sure that you're legal to be doing whatever it is you're doing. And then if you need a certificate for Mexico, they'll be looking for that as well. So like I said, I'm keeping this one really short. Just look over these things. It just takes a second. Later today at 7 p.m. I'm getting 2 tires replaced on this truck. I'm getting my oil changed. I'm getting a 3-axle alignment. And they'll be looking over the truck that time. If they see any other concerns that need to be addressed, I'll be getting those addressed. And I'd encourage you guys to do the same thing. Get a second set of eyes to look at your truck. Maybe they'll see something you miss. I ask my wife periodically to look over the truck, see if she sees something I might have missed. I've showed her what to look for and how to look, and so sometimes when I'm doing a pre-trip or a post-trip, she'll get out and do a random inspection, see if I've got a nail in a tire, a flat spot I didn't notice, or maybe a light that's intermittently working or something like that. I would encourage you to do the same thing. If you've got a spouse or a friend or something that could go behind you and double check your truck, and even if you do everything I've said in this video, it's possible they'll still find something in an inspection, but you're increasing your odds of getting a positive one. So we're going to wrap this up for here. Like I said, you know what the next 2 videos are that's coming. One of them will come out tomorrow on Wednesday, and one will come out on Friday. We'll catch you on those. See you later. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.